Hello, everyone. My name is Chafe Hensley. I'm co-creative director and co-owner of Wonderland, a creative goods and services business here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And here is our mural project that we created for Children's Advocacy Center, who was a part of the community healing centers here in Kalamazoo. Our job was to collaborate with CAC to create a mural that was nurturing and welcoming to children who come to the building to access help from social workers and gain resources to help them with stressful familial situations. At first, we jumped into an extremely saturated and bold color palette, along with shapes and forms that were quite angular and a little bit maybe too energetic for our what we wanted to accomplish here. Yeah, it was a lot. We needed more calm. So we went ahead and simplified our process. Now the next goal here was to kind of reduce the quantity of shapes and forms and perhaps simplify the line work and come up with a little bit more open and less busy approach. And we decided to simplify this even more by reducing the amount of elements in the scene, focusing more on the fluidity of the shapes. We kept leaning into these angular lines, which ultimately we thought we needed to reduce the amount of those as well. And then we had to sort of map out the space to create a design that showcased a lot of continuity. Like it told a story across the scene, across all the walls. But something still felt off. So we needed to recalibrate. It was time to refresh our approach. So we decided to focus on the elements themselves. Here specifically the rays, different patterns of color, different color choices, saturated, desaturated, texture, less texture, overlapping, different types of energy, the forms themselves of like leaf and floral. We had some bubbles that came into the mix that were requested. We just explored different ways to showcase floral forms and crystals and back to bubbles and how we could approach that visually just in different design scenarios, with the intent on focusing on nurturing and inviting. We had to make design element decisions based on the emotions that we wanted to convey. So we started narrowing it down based on feedback we got from CAC too, of stuff that they thought were strong elements and different arrangements of color and form and content. And it was a really wonderful experience working with them and collaborating to focus on the children and what we all thought would be a really cool and uplifting space for them to be in. And ultimately, I think we all agreed that we would approach these elements kind of in an abstracted way. Color. We needed to reduce the intensity, desaturate the color while still remaining vibrant and energized. So in this stage, we kept going in the direction of simplicity, reducing the amount of detail within the forms, paying really close attention to the juxtaposition of those colors and the ways that they can help convey emotion. With this desaturation brought a little bit more sense of calm. Back to color, we started making some slight adjustments. Felt like there just needed to be a couple more accent colors or just slightly more saturated to create a sense of buoyancy and vibrancy. Then this really cool thing started happening. The forms we were creating, the floral and the rays, they seemed to embody character and there was a hopeful kind of nature to them and a caring and thoughtful. And they came together, which really symbolized what CAC does for these children. Then finally, all our decisions come together to create the final piece, the final composition with different background colors. We tried different versions of arrangements and elements, but we ultimately agreed that these really simple flowing rays with vibrant bubbles and a beautiful arrangement was the key. So once we had final approval, we were ready to transfer the image and begin painting. What I didn't document was the application of chalk to the wall, laying it out based on all of our digital sketches. So we transferred these digital sketches manually with sidewalk chalk while I looked at my phone as a reference. We didn't have room to put a projector in there, so freehanding it seemed to be the best approach. Muraling is a journey. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust the process. You have to dig deep. To finish your work, you have to tap into a huge amount of perseverance. One other cool thing about this space is there was a physical form of inspiration in the actual meeting room. There was this window decal that was just a series of prisms that when the light shone through it electrified the space in color, and that information was garnished to pick the paint. We ordered the paint from Douglas & Sons, locally here in Kalamazoo. Benjamin Moore Aura Interior Low Luster, a favorite. So we established these sort of 4 root colors based on the kind of primary color system of red, yellow, and blue, and a green, and then made decisions, accent color and more vibrant colors based off of the initial 4. One of the design decisions in this project was to establish some form with these elements by giving them dimension and pulling them away from these flat shapes. To do that, I introduced really simple value system of midtone highlight or shadowed midtone highlight, depending on the form, and this allowed them to, pop up from the wall with some dimension, which also adds character and really cool visual interest. At this point in the project, I really can't tell you what the hour marker was, but this project did take about 149 person hours, and my partner in my business, Anne, helped design this with me, and then our adult kid, Rue, helped me on a day with painting specifically all these little dots. Our family has a philosophy of keep going, and every time I work on an extensive mural project, that mantra flows through my head every minute. Because it's long, it can be arduous, but ultimately there's just, the path is filled with so much gratitude and love. And now we're really getting close to the end here. We have some highlights to do in the hallway, touch-ups, and little random finishing in the meeting room. Eventually we'll have to take up the drop cloth, take off all the tape, make it cleaner than when we arrived. Get another coffee because the one you spilled on the floor. Thankfully you have drop cloths down just in case anything happens. So yeah, final couple days here, just wrapping things up. And now our journey is complete. Usually sign each mural somewhere. I like to keep it small and in the corner. Not hidden, but it's there though. Very grateful for this project. I learned a lot. The people that I met at the CAC were absolutely amazing and wonderful people. The energy I felt in this space was welcoming and nurturing and kind and open to change, and it was a huge project for me, both physically and mentally.